What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the vlog today. We're doing the first modification to the 70 series import Prado, and that is a 2-inch lift. I'm here at Brad's house.
G'day.
I'm Brad.
Good, how are you?
I'm good. He's very kindly, well, his dad has very kindly lent us his hoist.
Yeah. Make it a bit easier.
Yeah. So, the lift, it's a bit of a bits of kit, and that's because I couldn't get the coil springs from Dobinsons, so it's Tough Dog springs and Dobinsons everything else. Tough Dog springs got here in 1 day, Dobinsons got here in 2 months, which sucked.
Yeah, you gotta wait a while.
So I'm very excited for this because I'm pretty certain it's still the stock suspension in there. We'll be getting rid of my electronic damping, which sucks, but it didn't really do anything, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm certain that this is sagged a stupid amount over its lifetime because it sits very low in the front. So I reckon we measure from the tyre to the fender and then see how much it's actually going to lift it.
Before
and after.
I'll go top of the rim, the guard, 270 mil, 265. Jesus Christ, you got 5 mil sag down there. You were saying something about the left-hand side and the right-hand side.
Yeah, I'll explain that in a second. The right-hand side actually has a right-hand lean.
Yeah. 295 mil.
295.
300 mil.
300 mil.
Yeah, right. So the right-hand side's like 5 mil lower.
Yeah, as I was saying to Brad before, when you get suspension for these cars, it's hard to tell. Well, you can see it on camera. That one on the left.
That's the left-hand one.
Yeah.
And that's the right-hand one.
It's actually slightly taller than the other spring to offset the lean that these cars have. They always lean to the driver's side, which is a little bit weird. I believe it's because a lot of the drivetrain and the fuel tank is all offset onto the right-hand side, so it just leans a little bit. There actually is one coil that is taller than the other one, so you need to make sure you get that right. As for the shocks, I've got the Monotube shocks from Dobinsons, purely because I couldn't get the other ones. These are a lot more expensive, even though they're supposed to be better. I don't really know anything about them. Then we've got the steering dampener, some radius bushings, because the bushings is the main restrictor for flex in these cars. And then we've got some sway bar extensions, so I can still run the sway bars and keep it all legal. Who knows how long I'm going to run that for. But we'll see. We may as well put them in. They were like 50 bucks, so should be right. All right, when we get it on the hoist, we get cracking.
Have a geese. Righto. Sounds good.
Haven't had it on a hoist before.
Hey? Yeah.
I haven't seen it on a hoist.
First time with many. Once you start breaking it. Oh, light aluminium wheels.
I literally haven't touched this car at all. I haven't even taken the wheels off the thing because I haven't really done anything with it. It's just been a daily driver. So it looks like it's pretty basic to get this stuff out. As you can see out there, there's our little plug for the electronic damping for sport mode because it's a sporty car. Just got the bolt under the bottom for the shock and obviously the bolt at the top. It looks like it'll come out fairly easily, so they say. Undone some brake lines, unplugged the shocks, Brad's loosened the bottom and the top. So what's the plan again?
Loosen all the brake lines and stuff. Anything that is gonna drop, because we're dropping the suspension, we don't want to have like any give. We don't want to pull these and rip these apart. And I think what we'll do is we'll just get some jack stands. We'll go down on the hoist, just on the hub, just to take some of the weight off the shocks and the springs. And then we'll undo the shock bolts, and then we'll go down, droop the suspension. We'll just make sure none of these lines are getting pulled tight or anything like that. Once the shocks are off, I think the coils should just be able to pull out. We'll clean up all the bolts and anti-seize them, and we'll chuck the new shocks in, and hopefully it goes pretty smoothly. Hopefully we haven't got any brake line extension issues.
Hopefully, because
I think it should be okay, but they're not really that long.
Nah, they're pretty close.
They look pretty, I mean, they're pretty old too. We got that, but I mean, that's like full droop at the moment with the standard suspension. I don't think we'll drop that much further than that, but it probably wouldn't hurt to throw new brake lines on it later, because I can already see they're all a little bit corroded. And it's just a bit of a preventative maintenance, I suppose.
Brad loves a bit of preventative maintenance.
I love preventative maintenance. That's why nothing goes wrong with my car. Yep.
Got a bit more. Still got a bit.
Do it, keep going?
Yeah, go a little bit. Yeah, stop.
Well, it's off now.
Yeah. It's like max. It's not super tight, but
yeah. Oh, it's got a little bit, and that's full drip. It's not even touching anything, so that's not too bad. So that's bloody beautiful.
Perfect.
Yeah. Oh, good. Now I'm going to rip them out.
I have to say, a car that hasn't seen mud yet, so much easier to work on. No seized bolts, not mud dropping in your face every 2 seconds.
Yeah, you don't need to wear safety glasses. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. Might need to go lower. I mean, if the shock wasn't there, it'd probably be a little bit easier.
Can you move the shock up anymore?
I'll try and pry it up a bit. Like, compress it a little bit.
Just not enough room.
Been a pain in the bum. This is not really how you meant to do it. You know, I'm always about doing things a different way. Good.
It's that one out.
We got it.
So what we've done is we've completely unbolted all the brackets for the brake line. So we don't have to actually disconnect the brake line, but it should have enough droop. So we can drop it down further, take this sway bar out, because as you can see it's hitting that drive shaft there. Brad's just marking it in case it does fall out, because we don't know.
You don't want the drive shaft to go in out of phase, otherwise you'll have drive line vibrations and stuff and you'll rattle your car to pieces.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, that's
off now.
That's off.
I wonder whether that goes much more.
I don't know.
We'll see if that coil drops in. Yeah.
Perfect.
It's giving us a bit of room.
That makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
We did it the hard way.
Yeah, we like doing things. It's just a learning experience. You don't know. You just work it out as you go. You just basically wing it. So that coil just drops straight out. Why didn't we just do that the first time?
I don't know.
Shiny things in.
Yeah, put new stuff in it. So yeah, if you are doing this, do what we just did. Makes life way easier. The other side
do recommend unbolting a sway bar because it just fell out.
Yeah, the other side just fell out.
We're not swinging off a pry bar trying to compress the shock to get it out. There you go. Oh, God.
Pretty sure there's a better way to doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. Ask someone who knows what they're doing. I mean, we could just unbolt everything, but I don't want to unbolt these things you can unbolt.
Brad. Can't be doing that.
Sunday afternoon.
Brad's making me do everything properly and put copper anti-seize on everything.
Yeah.
I think I should buy a tub and just do everything on this car. Because I want this car to be nice to work on. I don't want it to be like a dog.
You don't want that stuff getting seized, we can thrash it around in the mud and langy.
Yep. So we're just going to do the other side. I'm just chucking the sway bar extension blocks on. You're going to have to turn that so you can see the label, Brad. Come on.
Hey?
How are people going to know what shocks I have? My label's on this side.
Oh, unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
You've got to pull it out now.
It's fine. I'm joking.
Sway bar, set it up.
Right, so we've got the sway bar blocks in. Brad's just taken one of the radius arms out. Got some new bushings to put in because the old ones are pretty flogged, and these are also caster corrected as well. I can't exactly remember why, but these are, I think, made out of something different. I don't know what they're made out of. Something about these ones that help it flex more, because the stock bushers in these are terrible.
Probably won't come out. No, I don't think we're doing that. I think we're using the press.
Yeah, we got Brad slaving away on these radius arms. He's having a terrible time.
They were pretty tight.
I didn't show on the camera, but he's using the press. Whilst he's doing that, I put all the brake lines back. I put the new steering dampener in. That's pretty straightforward. A couple bolts. I'm just gonna do up the shocks, and then it's just, yeah, whether or not these go in all right.
I'm just hoping we can get the offset within a couple mil, hopefully. So if I smack them in wrong, we might have a bit of a not a very good time getting them back in, but we'll see.
So then once with that one and the other one done, the front is done, and then we'll move on to the rear, which we think the rear is going to be
I think the
fairly
rear is
straightforward.
be a lot less complex than the front.
Yeah.
Well, the front's not that complex, but it still end up taking some time. Working hard or hardly working?
Hardly working. How dark is it?
Oh, we can change that. That's a bit better.
Well, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, bloody camera guru, mate.
Front's pretty much done. Done the other radius arm.
Mm-hmm. Got it within the millimetre.
Yeah, Brad nailed it. Got the good eyeball.
Yeah, good eyeball, doing it.
I'm going to drop it down so we can tighten all the radius arm bushings. That's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, I think put it down on the ground and then tighten up everything. Oh, hello Siri.
Hello Siri. And then we'll do the back.
Yeah.
Which should be easier.
Fingers crossed. I think it'll be easy.
Yeah, I had a look at
I did think the front was going to be easy.
Well, to be fair, it hasn't been hard.
It hasn't been hard. It's just been time consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we're doing.
And we don't know what we're doing.
But yeah, it hasn't been too bad. It's going to have a nice lean to it because we haven't done the back. Just got to change the hoist over. Whoa, Jesus, that is a lot higher.
It's a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, right. That's cool.
You better fit 33s, no drums.
Easily.
It's not leaning as much as I thought it would.
No, remember the back. The back was higher.
Yeah, you can settle it in.
No, that's heaps higher.
Yeah. We'll measure it after we put the rear in. I wonder how much higher that is.
Yeah, I know.
We'll leave that to the end.
I apologise for the change of audio. The microphone went flat. Just missed the last bit. So I don't know exactly where it left off from. So we just started on the rear. The springs popped out pretty easy.
It's got mud on it.
Mud?
Getting mud in the eyes.
Oh no. We're just unplugging the shocks because they've got that special electronic stuff going on. We was talking about how it's disc in the rear because it's a modern vehicle. Best car going around. As if we're doing coils in the back of this 76 series.
It's a funny looking 76 series.
Yeah.
I was waiting for another black 76 to drive past and tag you on Instagram, say it's Spotto Adam Reed. Big 76.
Not sure what we got, so we only disconnected one mount, which is that one up near Brad's arm for the brakes. We got plenty of room. And then the breather just popped off, but that doesn't really matter. Pop it back on. The sway bar we're having some issues with, so we took that out. A few broken, well, yeah, the linkages are a bit stuffed. It's seized and we couldn't get them done and strips the Allen key bolt.
We'll fix that before it goes on the road.
Yeah, exactly. Can't drive on the road without that.
I'm going to give Adam a lift back.
No, I'm gonna wait the whole month to probably get one of them in.
Yeah.
You can just sit here on your hoist.
I'm going to order one from Japan.
Mate, you shouldn't even drive this around your property. It's unsafe.
No, I don't even feel like taking it. I'm not even going to put the wheels on it, to be honest. Actually terrifies me.
To be clear, I do have plans of putting it back in. These are the extensions. That's the extension for it. So this would go like that or something. It's pretty crude, not gonna lie, the rear ones.
Yeah.
Like, that's not the nicest of designs.
They look more like a universal sort of setup.
Yeah.
They probably suit from 1 to 3 or 4 inches. Or something.
I'm not really a fan of that, to be honest. Probably cut it down or something. Because yeah, having all that hanging out at the top, I'm not too happy with that. Oh, the shocks are out. Good work, Brad. Good work, whilst we were talking.
That was easy. Well, there you go. Got the, done pretty much half of the job.
Put the new stuff in.
Yeah, new stuff. Shiny stuff.
Shiny stuff.
Let's go.
We couldn't get the coils in, so we had to drop the panhard rod, but now just slot straight in.
Happy days. We just might need to go down until it takes up.
You want to get the other one in?
Yeah, we'll get the other one slipped in and yeah, not too bad actually. Bloody happy days. That won't come out, so we can just go down and make sure the left-hand side goes in. Obviously the right-hand side's a bit longer. Everything's good.
It's all together. Had a couple dramas with that panhard, but we got it. Gonna need to get a new one to suit it.
Yeah.
Should be right.
That's it.
That's it. Look how hard it is.
Put a 12-inch lift in the Prado. It's actually pretty big.
That actually is quite high in the rear, isn't it?
That'll settle in though.
Definitely.
Drive, but
Especially once there's a bit of weight in the back as well.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
big lifted automobile.
It's much higher.
Yeah, it is fairly high, isn't it? You need bigger tyres, mate.
Well, I do have tyres lined up, so don't you worry. The back is way too high for these wheels. It looks silly.
Yeah, you're like a 3-inch front, 2-inch rear.
It's just the small wheels.
Yeah. I think the rear will set in.
Yeah, definitely.
I might just open up the door. I might just go for a quick drive down the road, come back and we'll measure it.
Yep.
And see where we end up.
I just went for a quick drive down the road. It is so much smoother than what it was, so I'm quite impressed with that. Hopefully it doesn't sag too much. I know that these have these coils sag really bad and everyone has issues with them, so we'll see how long they last. But let's measure it and see how much lift it actually got. So it is a 2-inch lift.
The rear looks like it's settled in after we've taken it from the drive, don't you think?
It has settled in, it's still very high, but it'll settle more. And there's nothing in it, so.
Yeah. Right, so for the rim, 355 mil.
Yeah, right.
355 mil, 353, 355 mil. So
right.
Just say 355 mil. 355, so 270, 85 mil.
85 mil, so that's
So
like
that's
2.5.
more. So you must have been sagged a fair bit.
Wait, so that's 3-inch.
So that's, well, divided by 25.4, that's 3.3 inches. So you
Yeah, right.
sagged by 1.3 inches.
Yeah, wow.
Or 1.4 inches. And then 400 mil.
So that's 95 mil.
I think we're at 300 mil on that side. Yeah. So, and then that's about 400. 395, 400. So yeah, that's 100 mil.
Pretty much 100 mil in the back. That's
3.9 inches.
That's a 4-inch lift in the back.
4-inch. God, I didn't realise how sagged it was.
Yeah, it was low.
It must have been pretty low, but by the time you put a bit of weight in the back, it should be back down. But it'll probably look a bit better with a bit of weight in the back. It'll level itself out a little bit. Yeah, it's good.
Good work, Brad.
You happy with it?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, it looked like it was nice to drive. Leisurely drive.
It was. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. Yeah. No, I'm pretty happy. Got it done. Happy
work,
that it's
Brad.
out of my shed.
Definitely needed it. Looks much better.
I'm pretty keen to see it with the 33s on it. Get them polished alleys.
Oh,
And
for sure. I'm keeping the rims, by the way.
JDM.
This has been a lot longer than what we thought it was going to be, so I'm going to close this out here. So thank you all for watching. I might do a flex test another time.
Oh, we got the flex wall right there, the one that Sam flexed up on with his 37 when he first got him. Should we do that real quick?
I'll come back another time. Yeah.
Too late.
It is too late.
now.
Alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you guys there.
Cup of coffee on the car floor, what's more?